Shalom, shalom. I want to start off by giving all praises unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. I want to say double honors to our apostles, who are elders who rule well. Blessings and salutations to you brothers out there teaching and enduring truth and sincerity. This Rob Amaf with the Nebraska campus, GMS, push to the mark. Got the brother Zaria with me. And we were just going to go over this these strikes that's going on. And as you can see, I got what is AB5, the bill behind LA truckers protest as well. So we're gonna touch on a few things on that as well. But as you can see, of course, you see that we have a couple articles up, and start off with a precept. Let's get a precept on the famine, man, because this is what is gonna the direction we're gonna be going, and it's a pressure from below, pressure from above, pressure from below concept, because like I said, this AB5, which is an independent contractor truckers situation, and they was protesting this in 2021, I believe, or 22. And matter of fact, I have it read this right here real quick. It'll read it for us. I'll brought this out. You guys can hear it.
The California Trucking Association argues that it's tough to meet those standards, and the law will take 70,000 independent truckers off the roads, meaning it would further exacerbate the supply chain issue and backlog at the ports. The Port of Los Angeles is the United States' busiest port, and according to the World Bank report, the ports of LA and Long Beach are the world's least efficient. And hold on to your seats, it gets even more complicated. OB5 is also part of a bigger regulatory battle. You may recall gig worker law hotly debated by Uber, Lyft, their workers and unions. The law, that officially took effect in 2020, changed the rules around who is staff versus an independent contractor, and independent contractors are not entitled to the same benefits as staff workers. For example, independent contractors are not entitled to paid family leave, workers' comp, overtime, or unemployment insurance. Gig workers then were required to be reclassified as employees, and were entitled to get benefits. That is until Prop 22 came around, and this is when Uber and DoorDash entered the picture, and it successfully passed in the November 2020 state election. Then Prop 22 was overturned in February 2022, meaning Uber drivers could not be classified as independent contractors.
Yeah, so within the bill, as you can see, the rules, pretty much the dock managers, it's addressed to the dock managers. It says the person is free from control and direction of the hiring entity, both in contract and in fact. The person performs work that is outside the usual course of the hiring entity's business. The person is customarily engaged in independently established trade, occupation, or business of the same nature perform. They're pretty much they're trying to eliminate owner operators, okay? Which is it just pretty much this is under the guise of owner operators. And if you go into the trucking world, pretty much everybody's an owner operator, or that's their goal. Why wouldn't you, when you could just sit there and say, hey, I want to be an owner operator, and you pay them for, because the process is like, you tell them you want to be an owner operator, they'll go and find a truck for you, they'll lease it, and then take money out your check. So it's not like you have to do this wise as hell accommodation to get to be an owner operator. All you gotta do is be with the company long enough and say, hey, I want to be an owner operator, and you just pretty much attached to a bill. You know what I'm saying? It's like signing a lease. Okay, you got anything, brother?
This is 2nd Ezra 15:5. It says, behold, said the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction.
Yeah, the sword, famine, death, and destruction, man. And this is definitely in accordance to a famine, all right? Because just because there's goods, you can see crops growing, it still got to get to us, okay? And it all boils down, to getting to the consumer. But as a brother was speculating, you could go into it as well, brother, with the speculation of Esau,
Yeah, well, at the end of the day, they have their plan. They have what they want. They know they got to make certain moves in order to get their NWO in place. So what they're going to do, nothing happens without them knowing. You know what I'm saying? Now, at the end of the day, this is definitely the Heavenly Father's program, but He using them to do so. All right, with this happening, the elections coming around, the winners coming, uh, you know, um, all of the weather situations, even going back years ago, dealing with the crops and affecting the crops and scarcity of crops and things. So it's all pointing towards a famine happening. It's pointing towards what the scriptures is saying in general, and that's what this man do. Because what he say, you shall own nothing and be happy. They speaking of 15-minute cities. All right, so they have all these different ideas out there, whether they feel as if they're convenient or not, but they have a plan and a place for everything and everyone in their utopian future, I would say. All right, even the fact of cutting the population down to 500 million, according to the Georgia Guidestones.
Yeah. So, um, and this is an example right here. AI. This is the main problem.
Kind
Everybody's all happy about AI. They put out apps to make you like it. You can make, hey man, make me look like Thor and shit, and you can do it, and you think it's all cool. But this is the thing this is the core of the problem. Okay, it's the same thing they're trying to put in your bodies. They're trying to live forever. It's all about this data. Okay, all about this data. They're trying to play the Most High because the Most High is ultimately a supercomputer, if you want to say it, because he can see everything, know everything. Everything flows through him. He creates everything. He governs everything. And Esau's trying to do that via through his MOTB.
got a precept real quick.
Yeah, Baba Kashar.
This Ecclesiasticus 18:1. It says, "He that liveth forever hath created all things in general. The Lord only is righteous, and there is none other but He."
Yeah, that's a beautiful statement too, because Esau's trying to do what the Most High is doing, and he's getting around there, but on the left hand side, but it's not righteous. You know, he's trying to take over the world, and everybody's starving.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, he's trying to know what everybody's doing so he can make them work as slaves. Okay, not even live, not even enjoy the fruits of life. They're talking about vacations and making AI headsets and sitting you in a pool, and it'll feel like you're just like you at the beach for real, while they're actually at the beach, smelling the water, feeling the sand, and things like that.
Yeah,
Okay.
kind of reminds me of Fauci when he was having everybody be locked in their homes, but they caught him and some people at the baseball game and shit. You locked away, but they out there enjoying the game.
Yep. Yep.
It says, "The Lord only is righteous, and there is none other but He, who governeth the world with the palm of His hand, and all things obey His will."
Yep. It's just like a computer. Like if I got a keyboard, if I tap in anything, it's gonna obey my will. Okay. Not saying that the computer is controllable, but the computer does everything. It automates. It figures it out. It calculates. But the Most High is the ultimate computer. He's the perfect computer. He controls weather. He controls, crop. He controls people. He controls everything.
Yeah, in a sense, the creators of the computer does what its creator designed it to do. As the animals, as the Lord's creations, which entitles everything. We do what the Lord designed us to do.
You really could say this world is a computer and the Lord's in control of it. He inputs what the weather he wants to be, what the ranges, the mountain, how people are. He's the one that's controlling everything, and but he's tapped in. But
A little bit more in that second Esdras.
okay.
The second Esdras 15 and 11, it says, "But I will bring them with the," I'll go up a little bit. It says, "Behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter. I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt, but I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm, and smite Egypt with plagues as before, and will destroy all the land thereof."
Yeah, that Egypt is Babylon because why? Because it's a spiritual connection of slavery, okay, bondage, okay, and the Lord smiting Egypt with plagues as before, Guess what's one of them? It was famine. Okay, loss of crops.
God.
You know,
Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plague and punishment that the Most High shall bring upon it. They that till the ground shall mourn, for their seed shall fail through the blasting and hail, and with a fearful constellation.
yeah. Yeah. So now going into this AI overview, it says the term problem reaction solution because we were speaking on what the trucker strikes. Okay, that's the problem. It says refers to a strategy that involves creating a problem, waiting for reaction, and then offer a solution. It is also known as order out of chaos. Some believe that PRS is a propaganda technique used by the powerful to manipulate public opinion and gain approval for societal controls. The steps of PRS are said to be create a problem. A problem is covertly engineered or exploited by a dominant group or organization, such as the dock workers. What is the problem? They're creating machines to take the jobs of the citizens. That's the problem. They're covertly engineered or exploited, meaning it's done on purpose. It can be stopped at any point by what? A dominant group, the rich.
Yep.
Okay, amplify the problem. Because we just read AB5, right? But this dock situation is an amplified problem. On top of, land hurricanes, cow farts, and all these other random things. It's just added pressure. Okay? It says the media broadcasts and popularizes the issue. Yes, it's going to be all over the internet. The guy with the white goatee, he's talking, and it's like something's off about that guy as well. Okay? It says the problem brings public attention, which leads to a strong demand for action. Of course, you have no choice but have the strong demand when you have the dock workers, which is all that consists of anything that comes into America. Matter of fact, let's get that in Revelations, the 18th chapter. America is a merchant city. America is Nineveh, is Syria. Okay? Assyria is reference to Assyria or Nineveh, which is a merchant city. Okay? Where there's a lot of trade and a lot of things like that go on. All right?
This is Revelations 18 and 9. And the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her shall bewail her and lament for her when they shall see the smoke of her burning.
Yeah, it's talking about the destruction of America, but the point is that these nations, okay, Bulgaria, China, they make their money by living deliciously with selling cell phones, motor parts, cars, goods, man. Okay, shoes, clothing. Okay, a lot of this stuff is foreign. All of it's foreign, but even if because it's gotten so bad that Kellogg's took their company and went to Mexico with it. Okay, in Omaha. Well, I ain't gonna say they went to Mexico, but they if you pump more money into the Mexico factory and then shut down the other factory, then it's kind of common sense.
You moving out.
Yeah, you know.
Revelations 18 and 12. The merchandise of gold in Slakia 11, it says, and the merchants of the earth shall weep and mourn over her, for no man buyeth their merchandise anymore.
Yeah. So that's prophetically, okay? But in this situation, it's just, like I said, that scripture was brought out just to point out that the world is eating off of Esau's, the American citizens, let's put it like that, the American citizens' want of consuming electronics, foods. Jake could eat a tomahawk steak. Jake want to go to this place, that place. They want to wear this gear, that gear. And it's not the same all over America. All over the world. Okay? We're a consumer nation.
Yeah, you're going to start going to over time, you'll start going to certain restaurants and, hey, we ain't got that no more. We ain't got, because, now I'm pretty sure everybody have their, assumption on how long or how much it will affect, but, they saying billions of dollars a day. I ran across some information and it said if there was like a week's worth of strike, then that would set things back, about a month and a half. It doesn't mean that everything would just immediately go to a halt because they was supposed to be their contract ended in June. So they were supposed to be coming to terms then. So they've been trying ever since then. So they saying retailers, pretty much was ahead of the curve. But over time, these, even if they sitting out there on the docks, okay, everything goes back to normal for the most part. They still got to get stuff off of the docks, get them to the trucks, and who's to say the truckers ain't tripping at that point in time, So
Well, the stuff is not even getting off the docks. They still on the boats.
Yeah.
Because the dock workers aren't working. Because the thing is that when you're dealing with unions, you got to restore their contract. You negotiate your pay, you negotiate your benefits. It's not like working at McDonald's where they tell you what you're getting paid, and you just got to take that. You know what I'm saying? With union jobs, UPS, the job we work at is like it is a union job, and they every like 4 years, the whole staff are supposed to go and negotiate their contracts and say, this is how much I want to get paid, this is the benefits we want, and we're not budging. Not saying that like we're not budging, but it's more normally like that, and they meet in the middle. Okay, so I say that to say that their contract was up, and whatever negotiations they were trying to make, they weren't meeting. And from the looks of Esau, it seems like he was like, well, I could just put these machines here. You know what I'm saying? If y'all want more, I'm not giving y'all no more money. I just put the machine and replace y'all. And so it seems like that they're trying to strike before they get the machines in. Because like if there's all the machines take over, then where the workers gonna go?
Yep.
And they got that solution. They're not gonna do something that they're not gonna uphold a system or initiate a system they can't uphold. And we often talk about these concentration camps, 15-minute cities, these things. They're gonna create these places where you're not gonna be able to travel. You're gonna have to be an essential worker, a mechanic, an electrician, somebody that's working on the machines or over the machines, to where you can travel from place to place. Okay. So, you got something, brother?
No, I was gonna say like you be bringing out, sometimes like the so-called nerds in school, they got into the technology field and all of that. Them gonna be, they gonna be, their job is gonna be secured.
Yep, the engineers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
These petty trade jobs is going to get taken over. Being a plumber and all that. If you ain't no head plumber, they don't need hundreds of plumbers. They need about 5 of them. 5 people that know how to run the plumbing industry, not the workers, not the people that get in the ditch and be taking the salt to something. No, they don't need that. They need something. They could get a machine to do that. Okay. And it's man, see here, I had it up, but see here,
I'm watching that same video.
Recently.
Yep. Last night.
Yeah, this is a guy here, the guy with the goatee. I don't know what time he on, but
Well, now to that strike threat that could impact busy ports up and down the East Coast. Today, New York's Romney Smith's in Newark, now one of the locations that could see picket lines come this time tomorrow. Romney.
That's right.
Fair
the clock
use.
is ticking
Fair
right
use.
now, darling, because that strike could go into effect at midnight tonight if an agreement isn't reached today. But let me give you some numbers to chew on. One,
let me see. I didn't want to get that. Just want to get a visual automated docks. Here we go. This is what I was looking at here.
The high five at Breck. 5
Fair
peaks
use,
all
fair
above
use.
10,000 feet. 5 peaks.
Oh, these are the automated ones.
Our Stu Mundell over the Port of Los Angeles, seeing something unfold many folks probably didn't know about. The port
may
is
wonder
going
why
automated. Artificial
Los Angeles ain't
intelligence
on
and
strike.
digital technology are moving and powering commerce here.
These are drones.
Containers are lowered onto trailers, and within seconds, those trucks drive off. They know where to turn, where to drive, and where to drop off their cargo. They even yield to each other when one crosses in front of the other,
No
and there are
off
no
days.
humans in sight.
Four-wheel steering. These are cool.
The old supply chain, so to speak, is no longer in place.
Professor Nick Vyas is the executive director with the Center for Global Supply Chain Management
And
at
this
USC.
was 5 years
as
ago.
futuristic as this may look, Professor Vyas says we're way behind other countries.
That's just a small subset of what the automation being adopted.
Look who talking
in the
to
rest
you
of the
though.
world.
Look who's presenting this idea.
Professor-
They ain't your American citizen. He's making money off of this.
He don't care how your
Yeah.
pockets look.
Yeah, these are the super rich. Okay? Same dude that be on your phone you get mad at. But y'all talking about America's the way. These people don't care about you, man. They don't care about the poor. Okay, matter of fact, let's get that. They care not about the poor or the old. You know? Esau don't care. You know?
It says, Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2, verse 10. Let us oppress the poor righteous man. Let us not spare the widow, nor reverence the ancient gray hairs of age.
Yeah, but we were talking about the other day, retiring. About time you retire, it's too late to even live a life. If you can even make it that far, because most people are dying around the age of 60 or something like that. You know, the average age of death in America. Let's look at
Yeah,
look at that.
yeah, got to see that.
So the average age of death is around 76. So you got about 16 years. 16 years of lifespan, man. You know, you got 16 years you could live for working for somebody for 60 years.
Yeah, because most people, they want to edge it out, that retirement, so they have more money coming back when they retire. You know, so they try to pump it to 66, 68-ish, you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, and then on top of this, like this is not
that's 2021.
yeah, but this also is not even like, you gotta think about 76 years old is when you die. You know, you gotta think about you moving around.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's about like probably 5 years before, 10, 15 years before. 60 is when you could still go out and have a drink maybe. You know what I'm saying? Or go on vacation somewhere. Once you hit 70, you ain't going nowhere.
You ain't driving.
That money is for to keep you alive so they can tax it. But it says the massive dock worker strike explained. A dock worker strike could mean big wage gains, but could further disrupt the fragile supply chain. How is this? It says a dock worker strike could mean big wage gains. Oh yeah. So the workers are trying to fight for more, because this is not this is Esau, mean big but go further disrupt it. No. The fragile supply chain happened because of the AB5, because of the 2020 situation when they didn't allow product to get on. This has nothing to do, but that's the fork tongue of Esau to say, but could further disrupt the supply chain. Further, you know what I'm saying?
It's already in place.
Yeah, it's already in place, and it's in place because of you from pressure from above. So you already got the truckers, you got the gas prices, you got the food prices. It's saying, of course, it's the workers and they want more money. No, it's you. You could pay people more money. How about you just lower everything so it don't take much money to get everything? Nobody would need that much money if you lower rent and food prices.
Yep.
You know, nobody would need more money. It's not like somebody's asking for $1 million and the house rent is only like $200. No, they're asking for that amount of money because rent is $5,000 a month type shit, $2,000 a month. You know, let's be real, about $2,000 a month. You know, matter of fact, was it annual? let's see here. Go to annual income made needed by state. Okay, annual income needed to live comfortably in the United States vary by state depending on whether you're looking at the income needed for a single adult family, blah blah blah. Look at these numbers, man.
And that's a single adult.
Yeah, you need 116,000. So really, thank you, women. Thank you, dummies, because it takes two people to make this on a decent working two jobs, and they know that. Okay, the family is 270. You know what I'm saying? And this is like the worst cities. So this is like, let's go to our city. Nebraska's not bad at all. Okay, median house income 71, middle class 47 to 143. Okay, this is everybody ain't making this right here. 47. 47 is decent for everyday Jake, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? To make that, most Jake make around 30. Matter of fact, let's look at it. Annual income made. We're going to U.S. first. The annual income made in the U.S. The average income in the U.S. varies by state to state. Massachusetts having the highest average income of 86. Okay, that's Massachusetts. All right. So here we go. This is they're gonna put up these big ass numbers. They lying their ass off, but
yeah, it say somebody that has a 48,000 annual salary is equivalent to $4,000 a month.
yeah, it means you're making $1,000 a week.
Yep.
Okay. Nebraska, it says the annual salary is 81. Okay. They're that's tax that. Okay. The average is, it says the top earners. My bad. That's a good. The average is 53,000. All right, that's the average. 25 percentiles, 39. This is what Jake really be making. This is Jake right here.
That's straight.
This is the poor right here, and then this is, so it again. It takes two of these people. We're talking about living. We're not talking about going on vacations. We're not talking about, doing the extra stuff that these women want to do. Okay, so now you're in this place of having to work your ass off, man. Okay, but let's continue on. Get this right here real quick. Let this. I'm about to say, let this whole read this. Man, y'all cursing.
Workers at ports on the East and Gulf Coasts went on strike Tuesday following a breakdown in negotiations between the union representing them, the International Longshoremen's Association, ILA, and the Organization of International Shipping Companies that employ them. Approximately 45,000 workers walked off the job at 12:01 a.m., making it the most significant strike the union has engaged in since 1977. On Tuesday, workers at 36 different ports stopped work after their 6-year contract with the United States Maritime Alliance, USMX, expired, and depending on how long the work stoppage lasts, it could have a monumental impact on the U.S. economy. The strike affects some of the country's biggest ports, like the Port Authority of New York and New Jersey. Overall, the affected ports handle about 50% of the imports and exports to the U.S., though some of that cargo has been preemptively diverted to the West Coast. That isn't a solution without complications. In recent days, it appeared as though USMX and ILA were moving forward with negotiations, with USMX requesting to extend the current contract to garner more negotiating time. ILA, though, refused the new proposal. ILA President Harold Daggett warned Tuesday that the union was prepared to fight as long as necessary, to stay out on strike for whatever period of time it takes, to get the wages and protections against automation our ILA members deserve.
Yep, you see, get the protection against automation, AI. Okay, they're trying to preserve their jobs. But they're saying, oh, the AI will make it easier for y'all to get this stuff. How you gonna buy stuff if you don't have a job? But then they say if you strike, it's gonna make it further complicated for y'all to get stuff. That's Esau's fork tongue. You're making it complicated. You're not giving people the proper amount of money to live, and then you want to turn around and then, cancel their jobs, and then tell everybody in the world that yeah, these union workers are making it hard for us to get product to you. Not really. The really underlying thing is that y'all making more money for yourselves by making everything automated, and you're trying to kick out the American workers and have them in a place to where they're gonna have to get rations. That's gonna be a solution. Is the MOTB, the system in itself, man. We was talking about the social credit score, economic credit score, and things like that. Using having the biometric fingerprints and all your stuff being on this ID, this digital ID. Okay. So you want to say something, brother?
I'm about to say that's why they've been, you've been hearing a little bit more about the universal base income. They replace your ass with a robot. Here, take this $3,000 a month, and this is what you'll live off of. Go in this 15-minute city, and you ain't got to go sit down, pretty much.
Yep. And I want to get this right here.
The biggest concern is the dock workers do not want automated machines to be responsible for picking up, dropping off, and releasing the cargo automatically, Wheaton said. They would like to have a human operator there to ensure the quality and safety of their operations, and job security.
Yeah, so it's not the safety, it's really the job security. I need a job, you're trying to take it and replace me with a robot. All right, China is already doing it. It's not a coincidence that other countries are doing the same thing. They're all in it together. You seen Alibaba was telling you about it, and he telling you about American business. You know what I'm saying? It ain't Trump up there. It ain't Steve Jobs. Okay. So let's see here. Because it already taken over the West Coast. Why do you think the West Coast ain't on strike? Because ain't nobody to strike over there. And the West Coast has been on a fucking roll these past 7 to 10 years, man. You seen what they did in 2020, how they operated. They was operating like they was Canada. They was operating like Canada. They was operating like these harsh countries that don't allow freedom. Okay? These people, these heavily democratic states, operate like that. I'm not no Republican or Democrat, but they're synonymous with telling you what to do and what you can and can't do, and just giving you a stipend for it. Okay? So
automation has already taken over some major ports, and studies show it has led to job losses for dock workers. For example, a report from the Economic Roundtable found that automation eliminated 572 full-time equivalent jobs a year at the Port of Long Beach and the Port of Los Angeles in California in 2020 and 2021. With automation, shipping companies have the advantage of elimination of the inconvenience of dealing with American workers and, more specifically, the union that protects dock workers. The report, financed by the International Longshore and Warehouse Union, said the union represents port workers on the West Coast.
Yeah, and this is big, man. They care not for the poor. They care not for the fatherless. Like, all this is for bread for them. This is common sense, but they're going to fork tongue it and tell you this is going to get product to you faster. This is going to do this and do that. It's going to be a miracle thing for you guys. As you've seen in the first video I showed on YouTube, which was 5 years ago, they're showing you, how amazing this is. You know what I'm saying? They work it, but really they're taking this is a driver. This is a driver. This is a driver. This is what? $30 an hour, $23 an hour, $23,000 an hour. This is a job application that you'll never get to put in. Okay? Never. Right? And they ain't tripping. But the real question is, it don't make any sense. How you gonna have a nation full of humans that you want to pay rent and pay for food that you're not allowed to pay for food? Oh, there's a solution. There's a solution. I'll give you a stipend. I'll give you some rations, and you gotta stay in the city. If you can't provide, then you don't get to have a vacation. Here, put this headset on. You can have as many vacations as you want. Every day when you get off, you can put this VR headset on and imagine you going to the Fiji Islands because you're not essential enough and you don't deserve it. That's what they're saying. You don't deserve what the Most High made. They're figuring out how to charge for natural resources, man. Okay? They already got us with water. The last thing they need to figure out is with air, man.
And what you think gonna happen when jobs become scarce, food becomes scarce? Like the first thing the brother brought out, it's gonna be order out of chaos, man. Because people gonna start feeling some type of way. Oh yeah, they still got a job. I know they got food. I know they got this and that.
Yep. So like, hey, check this out. We're gonna read this. Let this shorty read this, and then we're gonna close it out, man. The dude said himself.
You don't have to pay pensions to robots. Brian Jones, a foreman at the Port of Philadelphia, told the New York Times in a Facebook post before the strike. Jack Pennington, president of a local ILA group, wrote about the never-ending threat of automation and how automation has left thousands of workers in the automobile industry jobless. He added the same is happening at major retail chains and grocery stores. So don't be so quick to judgment on us, the longshoremen of this country, for fighting for our jobs, because who knows when it will be your turn next. Pennington wrote, we are fighting for our rights to make an honest living, not to allow a robot to wipe us out so that them corporate bastards can buy another vacation island somewhere.
There you go. That sums it up. But what is the solution? Why? Again, how are you going to maintain these people that have no jobs? The whole of U.S. of A, that's 570-something people you can't sell food to. Why would you do that? That don't make any sense. Okay, why would I take your job away and then try to sell you something knowing you ain't got no money? No, they're gonna that's why you're getting these seedless grapes and seedless watermelons and GMO this and GMO that. Because that's what Jake gonna be eating while they're eating real apples and watermelons and actually experiencing waterfalls and this and that. You're gonna have to stay in the city. You wanna watch these movies? You can watch everything. Gonna be fake, man. Get on your PS5 or PS whatever. You can put your VR headset on. We're gonna make this apartment complex with a courtyard in it. Y'all better congregate over here.
Yeah, it's gonna be like jail. They get their little free time to go outside. They get to do their little workouts. They get to buy food from the commissary and all of that shit. That's what your 15-minute city's gonna be. That's what your future is. That's the future that they want for you.
Yeah, let's get that in our second Ezra the 15th chapter. It's like the desire to go in the city.
Second Ezra 15 and 17. It says. You want me to get any more? Okay. It says, Second Ezra 15 and 17. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able.
Yep. So that because of the lack of bread, the sedition as well. But they is also gonna pull into these 15-minute cities as well, man. Okay. To you, because I tell you what, it was like that during the time of segregation, okay, with Gad and Reuben and Judah. You couldn't just hop up and go. You needed a pass. You couldn't just travel at night. You couldn't travel from state to state. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you were a so-called slave, you had to have a hall pass. Wherever you had to have some paperwork saying I got the right to travel. And it's gonna turn into that. We've had an example of that during 2020. Yep. But it's gonna be more. It's not like because Jake could have still went out, took the risk of getting pulled over, but it's gonna turn into a state known law, man. And if you get caught, it's gonna be jail time. It's gonna be like riding without a seatbelt. To be traveling and you driving, police pull you over and your license say Nebraska and you in Iowa, because you wanted to get that cheesecake, that you wanted to get some Popeyes, and that's the only Popeyes that's open. What are you doing over here? You're not supposed to be doing over here. Hey, this what's it say? I don't know what they'll call it, but trespass or whatever, man.
You're out of your district.
Yeah, you're out of your districts.
You know?
Okay?
They're going to treat you just like product, you know? Just like if you have a firearm, you got to have a certain permit if you want to go into different states. Well, that's going to be you.
Yeah. Your freedom is gone. Thank you to the silly women and dumb niggas. The women just wanted to be in power, so they was willing to vote for anything that the powers that be told them to. You know, just like y'all voting for Kamala Harris because trying to vote for Kamala Harris because she a woman. She's a known sellout. All of them are sellouts, but out of all the sellouts, she's a sellout, which is bad, man. That's like being a freak of freaks.
And people are just turning their blind eye to it because of what they want, man. And that's why America is in the condition as it is for the most part, you know.
Stupidity, man. That's that's why we hate you niggas, man. Because y'all walk us down into death.
Yep.
Okay, same as Jake in Rome, man. Trying to sign deals and make agreements, only to get killed by the Roman soldiers or be put into slavery. Because you weren't even supposed to put Jake into slavery in Rome for that long. They had like contracts, but they changed it for Israelites, man. Okay, pretty much Fork Tongue would change his rules. He's gonna tell you what you can do and tell you what you can sign up for, and then there's gonna be some type of hidden words or underlying words that's gonna attach you and turn it into fucking actual slavery. Just like going to jail. Well, technically he's a criminal. They're gonna say something to say, damn, this is slave work. Why would y'all morally do that? Well, he's a criminal. He don't deserve any rights. It's like, but nah, bro, you can't. Well, just kill him. Just kill him if he don't deserve life. You know, if you want to put somebody in slavery, just do it. Just go and take a country over. Go to Mexico or go to Canada and go to war and subdue these people. But you're making your own citizen slaves. The rich, this ain't no citizens. This is a big ass company. America is a big corporation, man. Corporations have presidents. Okay, this is a big corporation. It's a big business place, and the business is about to be under new management, man. It's going to ultimately usher in the MOTB. So let's end it with that. Let's get that buy or sell. Yeah, time's up.
Revelations 13 and 16. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name.
Yeah, that's what's going to end up being. So all these other camps out here telling you to take that Jabberwocky, to take the mark. The mark ain't the MOTB. We headed towards it. So y'all can keep playing and acting like it ain't what it is because y'all like money and y'all like Babylon, but you're gonna lead the flock to the slaughter, and that is meant for those whoever go is meant for them, because we out here telling y'all the truth, man. You know. So with that being said, I'm gonna give all praises unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rachak. Just want to say double honor to our apostles who are elders who rule well. Blessed salutations to you brothers out there teaching and enduring truth sincerity. Shalom.